Alright folks, welcome back. Going to taxi on down to 2-1. Departing Columbia County here, heading back to Orange County. Got fuel. Had some free coffee. Talking to Gail behind the counter there. Lovely lady. So the wind's favoring 2-1 still, so we'll use that. I'm going to do my handy checklist here, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, checklist is complete. Flaps are set for takeoff, fuel pump is on, landing lights on, strobes on. Belter on, put my shoulder harness on here. Lock it in, pretty easy. And I'm going to do on the GPS here, direct, I'm going to go to Orange County. MGJ. Orange County, and we'll hit direct. We're all set there. Columbia County traffic, Mooney 87 November, taking the active 2-1 for departure. Columbia County.
Columbia County traffic, Cirrus is 2.5 miles to the north. We'll be doing a midfield crosswind entry from runway 21, correction, 21, Columbia County.
Alright, well he's out of our way. Ready to put this gear up. Always make sure nothing's in the way of this part, seatbelt or cords or wires. Alright, we're lined up. Alright, let's do it. Full power, let's roll. Everything's in the green, full power. And she wants to fly. Alright, and gear is going to come up. Definitely got windier over here.
Columbia County traffic, Cirrus is a midfield crosswind, runway 321, and we have the departing traffic in place. Columbia County.
Mooney, copy, thank you. And Columbia County traffic, lead the partner pattern to the west. Columbia. Alright, trim down a little bit. And we'll pull the manifold pressure back. I go to 25. And we're going to pull the RPMs back, 25. Everything looks good, fuel levels look good, turn the fuel pump off. 1,000 feet over. Alright, we're all set. Get on course to Orange County 221 is the course heading. So let's nail that and then get on our way. Alright, let's go to 24 over 24. We don't need to go fast.
B2 Greyhound, Alpine Tower, 1,000 feet, southbound.
Turn the landing light off, don't need that. Little windy, little bumpy. But that's part of the
Columbia County traffic, Cirrus is base to final, 2-1 Columbia County.
Yeah, that Cirrus was at Orange County earlier doing pattern work. And I guess flew out here to Columbia County, probably to get gas or whatever, do some flight out here. Nice plane.
Red A stars, both bases, north southbound 1.5.
We're on heading here 221, so I'm just going to pull the PC system on, kind of hold us level here. And we'll go to 25. Oh, 25 will level out right here.
Columbia County traffic, Cirrus is on the go, 21, left traffic, Columbia County.
Yeah, so the Cirrus is practicing over here now, touch and goes it sounds like. A little hazy out. Not too bad. Outside temperature is now 37.5. We're above freezing. But still always keep an eye out for your RPMs for an RPM drop for carb ice. Moisture in the air in this time of year. Carb ice can creep up on you. Like I said, sometimes I just pull the carb heat out for a minute or so just to do it. So we're 24 over 23. Cruising along.
Columbia County traffic, Cirrus left down, 121 Columbia County.
A left turn. This plane just flies beautifully. It's heavy enough, it's sturdy enough. It handles the bumps pretty well. Very active. Turn a little bit, it wants to turn. You know, the Moonies don't have the typical pulleys and wires for the ailerons and rudder. Bolt metal tubing with fittings, so it's pretty responsive when you turn it. Like this will not turn all the way like this. It only goes about like that. Very sturdy plane. It also has a little bit of roll cage built into the cockpit area, which is nice. In case you have a problem, save your life.
Down, 0 Lima's clock inbound.
So heading back to Orange County, New York. Lovely Thursday. I'll put the RPMs back a little bit more. Getting a little bumpy over here if you want to stay in the green. Again, you got to watch your speed. This plane, it could get away from you and it get into bumps if you're over speed.
Columbia County traffic, Cirrus is on a short final 2-1. Touch and go.
Obviously, depending on how big the bumps are, you could have a bad day. So when it gets bumpy out, just kind of look at your speed, stay in the green, and you won't have a problem. But it's pretty easy to fly in New York. There's not a lot of airspace to really worry about. I typically do use flight following. I mean, you probably should use it all the time. Short hops, you know, you don't really need to use it if you're, you know, flying for 15 minutes or so. I mean, you can, obviously. But New York approach is typically really busy. That's who I would contact initially leaving Orange County.
Columbia County traffic, Cirrus is clear of all of the runway, taxiing back to 2-1 Columbia County.
But you keep your eye out for other planes. Technology these days is great. You have traffic on your GPSs, you have traffic on your iPads, you can watch. Obviously, if the other plane has that capability. But typically, the majority of the planes now have that, so you can see kind of everybody what they're doing. That's why when you fly to Oshkosh, they tell you to turn that stuff off because it just ties up the whole damn screen. And so another good thing about the city is, and AOPA keeps it going pretty well, is the VFR corridor down the Hudson. You can go all the way down the Hudson River.
22 Greyhound, clock, 1,000 feet southbound.
And you know, you have the south, the right side and left side. It's almost like a road. You gotta how to use it. Making your calls, all your lights have to be on. But that's one of the great things about flight, is that you're able to go down to New York City without technically making even a call. You don't even have to make a call. I believe it's below 1,200. You just cruise along. Obviously watch for TFR when the Yankees play. You can't fly down that area. I mean, you still can, but you have to go through, I believe LaGuardia. They get permission to do it. But typically when, go really any time at night, you gotta watch for TFR if you're gonna do it. But that's pretty cool doing that. Block Island is pretty cool to go to. That's a short hop from Orange County, from Provincetown. Martha's Vineyard is nice. I have a grass strip out there, Martha's Vineyard. I forgot off the top of my head what it's called, but you can fly into that on the grass strip. You have a really nice restaurant there. You can hang out. But obviously called before, make sure the grass strip is not muddy or soft. So.
The Statue of Liberty at 800 feet.
Yes, if you heard that, someone's at the Statue of Liberty at 800 feet. I probably have a little bit of bleed over. So that's, whoever's doing that is doing the corridor. That's one of the points you got to call out, is the Statue of Liberty. Intrepid is one, the clock is one on the Jersey side. The Horizontal Bridge and George Washington Bridge. So it's, go to, I think if you go to the FAA website, you gotta take a little test, so you're aware of what you have to do when you go down there. You print out a little cert card, you put it in your logbook or whatever. So, but again, aviation is great. It's a great experience. Go anywhere. With the right communications, obviously, and it's pretty fun. I do as much as I can. I have a lot of fun doing it. You know, you put all your stress and all your work stress, whether it be work stress, personal stress, or whatever stress aside that you might have, and you go up and forget about all that negative stuff, and you focus on flying and the scenes and the sights and talking to other pilots. Before you know it, the day's over. You're like, damn, the day is over. I gotta put the plane away until next time. But if you break it down, and small planes like this, Mooney is pretty much easy. Well, this model, the M20C Ranger, is pretty easy to maintain and operate. Like again, you have the manual gear, so there's no hydraulics to worry about, and hydraulics or electronics to fail on you. But typically, if you think about it in a car, it's about 19 miles per gallon. If you compare it to a car, again, it gets to about anywhere from 8 to 9 gallons an hour. So if you're flying to, for example, Block Island, I get there in probably about 40 minutes or so, and I burn about, 4 gallons. I'm just kind of average numbers here. It's not that expensive. If we were to drive to Block Island from Orange County, it's probably a good 5+ hours, plus you could wait for the ferry to come pick you up. You decide to put your car on the ferry to go over there. So it could be an all-day affair, and you got to stay there. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for fuel. You got to pay for the ferry, and worry about times. Or if you're going to fly there, you fly there in 40 minutes. You pay $10 for the airport, which is, I don't mind doing that. It maintains the airport, but they give you discounts, paper, all these these percentages off, 10%, 20% off, whether it be scooter charges, whether it be restaurants. So you utilize that piece of paper to give you, and it already paid for itself for the $10. So.
C2 at Greyhound at VZ Bridge, 1,000 feet, southbound, exiting.
So we're getting little participation. Precipitation, I should say. Not much. Little snow and little rain. So like again, overall every hobby costs money. Whether you're golfing can be expensive. Race cars can be expensive. Even playing video games and stuff like that, games are expensive. So
Metro 21 Old West Tank.
yeah, so you pay the $10.
4 for 9 south.
Go to Block I, spend all day there. You leave at 8 in the morning. You're out of the airport by 9. Walk down to the town. It's all downhill. Coming back, you want to take a taxi.
Zero Charlie Kilo, north of North Hudson Park, 1.5 to 9.
But you spend all day, and you leave. You depart the airport at 5. You're back in Orange County by 6. The plane's away by 6 usually, and it didn't cost you much to fly there and to hang out there for the day. Utilize your coupons, and that pays for the $10 for the airport. And some of your gas actually, because you bring a couple people with you, bring 4 people with you, like I do sometimes, and at 10%, 20% can save you, $20. So, and then scooter rentals, you save money on that. So it really almost pays. It definitely pays for your $10 for the day at the airport, but it also starts paying for fuel at some point. Not all of it, but utilize those discounts, and it doesn't really cost much compared to if you had to drive out there.
3026 Hotel Fox. Columbia County traffic. Cirrus is on a short final 2 in Columbia County. Delta Tango.
Little rain here and there, some pockets and stuff. Nothing to worry about. So just flew over to Hudson. A lot of ice. Had the boats out here trying to break it up, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. We had some cold days, actually weeks, in January and December. Not much snow yet, as you guys can see below. There's not that much snow on the ground, if actually not really any snow on the ground. But we had 3 weeks of just cold, below 0 weather at night, and we had some 60 degrees days, which melted some snow. So once we get to February, it's all good, and some March. So we're 2.4 here and cruising along. We should be in Orange County, 26.5 nautical miles, or a distance away. Now the iPad also, for FloorFlight, keeps track of your times, which I keep track of it anyway, which is nice.
Cirrus is off at 2-1 will be a left turnout to the north, departing area to the north, Columbia County.
The Sirius left, still listening to him, left Columbia County. He's probably going to head back to Orange. It's about 11:20, so the weather's be coming in around 3. Some rain, and it's 45 degrees today, so it's going to rain first and later on. Overnight, probably a little bit of snow, but nothing major again. Getting lucky with snow this year in New York, but just not in Orange County part anyway. Just not lucky with the cold. Yes, if anybody's looking for a plane to do your research, the Mooney is a nice buy for your buck if you want to do the complex part of it. The Ranger's a good startup, 180 horsepower, like homing. But it's, again, you can also get a 201. I think it gives you about 10 inches, a little bit longer for the passengers, get a little more room. For the same width. You'd probably get another 8 knots out of it. But this plane's great. The Ranger is just great overall. The Cessna 172s are great planes, Skyhawks, and they're fun. Cherokees are fun. This is just fun.
Charlie Kilo, we're clocking down. Alpha.
But anybody could do this. Anybody can be a pilot. You just put your mind through it, get through the book work. There's a lot of instructors out there willing to help. I'm going to go down to 2,000 right now. I talk to a lot of people and they say they can't do it. It's too hard, complicated. But until you actually get your butt in the seat with an instructor and go up, start learning like anything else in life, you got to learn as we go. You'll find that it's not really that hard to get your private. I become a student pilot first, and obviously I believe it's 25 nautical miles around the airport you can fly to, not at night. You have certain winds you're allowed to do it, depending on the instructor. But once you go solo, it's a great feeling to be able to do it yourself. And it's a lot different when the instructor gets out and says, see you later, and you got to do it. You're like, what? Go up, do your 3 touch and goes, and full stops. But I told myself I could never do this. And here I am about 10 years later or so in a complex airplane, enjoying myself, having fun flying, having fun going to other airports and checking them out, having fun with talking to other pilots and learning more and more. I love the old timers. The old timer pilots are awesome guys. Overall, pilots were a small family, and the old timers have a lot of great stories. Life experience with planes and life overall. A lot of them are military guys, which I respect a lot. Learn a lot from them. Do they have some bad habits? Of course. 40 years ago, there wasn't really any. 50 years ago, there wasn't really that many rules. But today, there's rules which you have to respect. Saves lives. But you learn a lot from them. So here we are. We're about 18 miles out now from Orange County. I'm going to check into the weather over there. So,
Black 806 Papa Tango, a mile north of Hudson Park.
So pretty easy.
1.5 tonight.
Go over to map over here
Southbound.
in the 480, and you just type in information, and then you go to frequency. And obviously the approach is in here for obviously New York approach, and Unicom's in here. So I'll put in the Unicom. I know what it is. Just kind of show you guys what it looks like. Put that in standby. I'll just come over back to com, flip back over to the active. So now I have Orange County on. Then let's go to ATIS and put that in standby. Back over, put the maps back on, go back over to com, and then you can also monitor both channels. I got the SL32 also. I don't really use that unless I'm going pretty far. I can put a channel in here and I can actually monitor 3 channels. So I really don't use that much unless I'm going far. I also use the ILS, the GPS approach. Use that stuff for. But I typically use this as my main. Then if in between 3 controllers, I can put this on and just monitor and just switch over, have everything pre-inputted. So it's just an easy transition to hit a button and talk to the next controllers. So we'll monitor both and check out the weather.
Sky condition, overcast, 6,000.
Set to 7, set to 323, turning left base, 1
Dew point, -0.6 Celsius. Altimeter 2,991. Remarks, density altitude -1,100. Orange County Airport, Montgomery, New York. Automated weather observation 1628.
Take it off monitoring. Looks like 2-1 still. Let's go check out and see what the port plate says. But a procedure, traffic pattern, now it's now saying 2-6. So 2-6 right now is for the port flight saying is the best runway to use. So I will use that. Let's check out and see who's in the pattern, what they're using. If they're using 2-1, we'll use 2-1. Not a big deal. The wind is right there between 2-6, 2-1. You can kind of use either or, but it's favoring 2-6. Left turn. It's amazing what you can see in flight when the leaves are off the trees. All these big houses up here. So that's a pretty cool sight. Even when you're driving on the ground, the leaves are off the trees, you see things you've never seen before sometimes. So Stewart International Airport is off to our 11. You don't want to hit their airspace. You can fly over at 3,000, but we don't even have to go over there. Have the airport in sight. There's always a good feeling. So hopefully you guys like the wing view. I had it on the tail in the last video, but I have the anti-collision light right in front of it. So I have a tail light also in the back, an LED tail light. That's part of my strobes. So I had that off my first video, but I still had a tail light flashing, so it's not an issue. So when I put that strobe light on the bottom of the plane, it's
10 miles to the south, inbound for landing.
it'll probably, be annoying looking at that flashing in the video. So I'm going to try the wing thing and see how that turns out.
And Orange County traffic, Mooney 6887 November, 10 miles out to the northeast, inbound for 26, Orange County. Anybody in the pattern at Orange County?
Okay.
Orange County helicopter is taking runway 26. We're going to be making left traffic. I haven't heard anyone else for the time we've been here, past 20 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So the helicopters use Orange for a lot of training. There's a school out of Stewart Airport, so they use Orange County to do their training, which is pretty cool seeing those guys land.
And Orange County traffic, Mooney 87 November is now about 7 miles out. We're going to do a straight into 26 at Orange.
So nobody's in the pattern. The helicopter confirmed. He's been there for about 20 minutes and didn't hear anybody. So we'll just go straight into 26. If obviously these people are in the pattern, I'll do a 45 and join the pattern and then land. But nobody's there, so we'll set up to 26. We'll go over to the left here. Slow down. We're doing pretty good on speed. Still going fast for gear speed.
And
so
traffic, Tiger 10 to the south, going to a 45, so that's downwind to 8.
So 1400 is the pattern altitude at Orange County. So it's getting a little bumpier as we get lower, which I knew. So GUMPS, GUMPS it is. Nice acronym for complex planes. So I'm gonna put we can start a little
9 miles.
A couple more seconds. We'll do that.
Lane is 4 miles.
So. The gas, we're going to put the fuel pump on. On the carriage, we'll put that down in a few seconds here. I got to slow us down, so what I do is just pull up a little bit, get that gear speed in, and then put your hand down to the Johnson's bar here, pull it out, and then slowly bring it up, and it just locks right in. Now the gear's locked. You have the obvious indicator light as well, it says gear down. So mixture, we're full rich. Pull the carpet out, and we will throw in 1 notch. We're in flat speed as well, just 1 notch for now is fine. Alright, so prop full forward now. Gas undercarriage, mixture.
8 microbio on downwind approach for 26. Left downwind.
Gas undercarriage, mixture, prop.
And traffic, Tiger 5.
Seatbelts on, tight.
45 for the
I got the airport in sight. I got 26 in sight. We're going to scoot along here for another 30 seconds or so. Have 1 more notch. And trim up a little bit. In Orange County traffic, Mooney on a 2.5 mile final now for 26 in Orange County. We're good to go. Everything's in the green. And slow us down a little more. And then we'll put another notch.
County helicopter is going to turn left base for runway 26. We actually got you guys inside. We'll follow you in number 2.
Copy that, see you, sir. Thank you. Alright, gas again. Undercarriage is down and locked. Mixture is in. Props full forward. Seatbelt is on. Carpeet's out. And let's put the nose up a little bit on the trim. We're a little low. We got full flaps in now. So we got to trim up a little bit more.
Present traffic, Skyhawk 132 is currently 5 miles to the east, inbound on the on-air GPS 1.28, present traffic.
And Orange County Mooney is about 1 mile out now. Full stop, 26 Orange. So we're good to go. We're all set. Gear, I always check this handle, make sure it's locked. You can't, it doesn't pop out, but I always double check everything. Got the helicopter in sight. It's not a factor. And I'm going to go straight in. Close down a little bit more. Hey, Mooney short final now, 26 full stop Orange County. So gear's down. Gear is down. Little bumpy.
Orange County helicopter 8 microbio on final approach for 26.
Good guy, glide slope here. Okay, bring it on in. Power. Hold it, hold it. There we go. Not bad. Not bad for a little bit of a windy day. We're going to clear here. Edwards, Mooney clear 26 Orange. All right, there you have it. Another successful landing. That was pretty fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Pilot Fun 101. Storm should come in a couple hours. Again, not a major storm, but can't fly in that stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm going to taxi back to the hangar and call it a day. Clean the plane up a little bit. So thanks for flying along with me, guys.